Hey, how's it going? We're at the cemetery this morning. I went for a walk and I decided to stop in here. I just turned in and there's this really old flagpole and a really old flag. Here it's a little windy this morning. It says, "Lest we forget, this memorial flagstaff dedicated in eternal memory of those war veterans resting within the portals of this cemetery who served in the wars of our nation and those who gave their lives defending America's eternal freedoms." Memorial Day 1954, American Legion. Very nice. Okay. Well, I hope you're having a good morning wherever you're at, or a good afternoon, or a good evening. How's it going? I have my cold drink in a coffee cup. We're gonna jump in here. It's a really warm, sunny morning already. The birds are making a lot of noise. Let's check all this out. What we can see. Oh, there goes a little lizard. Oh, this headstone has fallen over completely. It says John Gilberth died October 4th, 1880, aged 36 years, 6 months. Oh, look at that. Native of Cornwall, England. Erected by his brother William. Hey, so I have a friend in England. Oh, let's look up here. I have a friend in England who sometimes watches these videos. And there's going to be a lot of English people buried in this cemetery. A lot of the pioneers that came here for the gold. So I see a handshake symbol. I don't know if you can see that. It's carved into the stone. Two people shaking hands. I think that's a friendship gesture. I think that they might have been Masons, Freemasons. Anyway, look at how beautifully this is. Well, there's like broken glass on it. That really sucks. So young, 36 years, 6 months. Native of Cornwall. All right, let's keep moving. So from what I understand, that's Freemason section, but this is probably, these guys are probably Freemasons as well. It's a shame about this. It was right here, and it must have been facing the other direction. And then there was maybe another headstone over here that's gone. In memory of Nicholas Cox, died December 1st, 1887, aged 55 years, native of Cornwall, England. These are the pioneers. These are people that had gusto and grit to survive here in the beginning. When they came here, this was a wild, untamed wilderness. So this is covered with cement. It says, wow, there's 4 people here. Wassley. William T, 1876 to 1956. He's the most recent one. Margaret, 1881 to 1911. I wonder if they were brother and sister. She died young. Alice L. died in 1952, 1879. Are these a bunch of siblings? Susan died in 1901, and baby Patricia died in 1929. I wonder if this is a whole family of people. So as I was saying, these are the mavericks, the people that are buried here. The families of the people that are buried, all these people. They went not only the extra mile, they went the extra 2,000 miles to get here and to survive getting here and to being able to live here in this new land. William Moore and Frank Moore have a step up. They have these little headstones. Here's a spot that's completely covered. A lot of these are covered, especially when we get to the other area. Donald Sutherland. It says Donald L. Sutherland, 1916 to 1958. And this is another Sutherland. This is Elizabeth and William H. Elizabeth died in 53, William H. died in 34. They were both born in 1870s. So before 1848, 1849, this place was uninhabited, except for a very few, small number of people. This one's completely covered. So all these people came here because of the discovery of gold. Maybe there's a few that were here. I don't think so. Anyway, that's what this is. People from all over the world came here, in particular England and also Ireland, from what I've seen. There's a separate cemetery for the Chinese that I haven't been to yet, but there were a lot of Chinese people here, of course, as well. Oh, this actually has some flowers on it. Smith. Oh, look at this. 57. William L. Mitchell, California, Sergeant, Company D, 159th Infantry, World War I. Fucking beat. Born in March of 1898 and then passed away October 30th of 57. And this is his family. Maybe his parents. Some of the other Mitchells. So we're at the edge of the wilderness. You'll be able to see when we get over there. So the story, there's a couple theories, but there's really just two reasons that I've heard why these graves are cemented over, so many of them. So it has to do with two things, and both of them are like bad things. It's kind of funny, it blew my mind, but it has to do with wolves, and it has to do with grave robbers. So there used to be a big wolf problem here all the way up past the turn of the century. Like into the 1920s, there were people here hunting packs of wolves. There were bounties on wolves from different ranch owners. The wolves had lived here for thousands of years before the Indians got here. Then the Indians got here and they didn't do much. There's like that, not many of them, And look at this. And then after the Indians, there were a couple pioneer families, like a handful of people that had made it over, that had made it through the pass. Some people that, the very original Grass Valleyans. So those people were here before the gold rush. But there were very few number of them, and they were battling wolves the whole time. And so there was a problem with the wolves. And the other problem was with potential grave robbers. So they had problems with grave robbers because the notoriety of this place and this location, as I mentioned, we're at the edge of the wilderness over there. So this is where not only the wolves could come and get to, under the cover of darkness, but also grave robbers could come and get to under the cover of darkness. And so a lot of the people that were buried here had money. And there were rumors that they would be, buried with their gold watch or their diamond rings or their pearl necklace. So that's what was going on. In memory of Esther McDonald, died in 1902, aged 73, a native of Canada. Look at this brick one. Very old. It's all very old. Yeah, I haven't even walked over this far over to this section, but Let's check it all out. So this is this portion of the cemetery, man. I mean, we're like in the woods. I can hear the freeway, and then there's houses on this side. But on the other side, it's just mountains and woods over there. All over there. I haven't been over here at nighttime yet. I did see a sign that said no trespassing. I didn't, it wasn't posted now. The gate's completely open and everything. But I'll look and see if there's like a time that you're not allowed to be in here. Maybe they close the gate at nightfall. I don't know. Wow, this is the Pines and the Browns. There's a bunch of people buried here. Like a lot. Look at them all. Maybe you can't see. Pearlie, Catherine. This is all the 1800s, 1920s. Arthur, and then the Pines. Andrew, Lillian, Roy, Donald. There's 12 people here. They used to have something. Well, maybe that was a vase. There are lots of old trees in this cemetery, trees that are hundreds of years old, like this one right here. Maybe you can't to see the scale of the size of this tree. It's probably 4 feet, 4.5 feet, like that, from there to there. And then these oaks are also very old. All of these trees, these oak trees, were all here when they buried these people. And these big, tall redwoods as well. Look at that. That's a walnut tree. There are walnuts here that just drop. And I noticed there's a couple spots on the way here where there's just grapes growing like wild on the vine, and they're coming close to ripeness. Just naturally, they call them, we call them volunteers. But there's just like just grapes, full-on grapes volunteering up out of the ground here. Vines that just keep giving and nobody cares. They just grow naturally. The same with strawberries sometimes. You'll just see strawberries growing. This is an old one. Hattie DeGolia Rowland, 1888. She died March 4th, age 24. Oh, gosh. She was only 24. I wonder what happened to her. 1888. Hattie. I'm sorry, Hattie. I want to step up and see what this says. It says, sweetly sleeping. Oh, you guys. That's freaking awesome. How beautiful. Look, it's a little house. It's a little Victorian Grass Valley house. Hattie DeGolia Rowland. So she was married, and that's cool. See, it says DeGolia right there. And then maybe these are her parents. And she ended up doing well and marrying into a little bit of wealth or something, and I'm just guessing. She's young. Sad. Alonzo Morehouse. This is cool. Sacred to the memory of Alonzo Morehouse. Look, what did I tell you guys? Look at the date. Died 1828. That's 20 years. That's 20 years before the gold rush. So this Morehouse family, this spot, is this the beginning of the cemetery? This corner? Makes me wonder if this is the oldest portion of the cemetery. Jenny Pierce and Melvin Pierce at rest. Yeah, it makes me wonder if this corner is some of the oldest spots, because that, what I said. So those people that were here before the gold was discovered, these people, these are true pioneers, you guys. These are like real serious Jeremiah Johnson, Grizzly Adams type people. These are people that survived the trip that the Donner family didn't survive 20 or 30 years before the Donner Party even attempted to make the trip over the pass. These are all people that made it and settled here and coexisted with the Native Americans and shared space on Wolf Creek, shared space in the valley, which is down there. We're at the upper lip of this side of the valley. And these people did that. And they were here for 20 or 30 years, I don't know how long, before anybody even knew about this place, all on their own. It's freaking amazing. Oh, look at that. That's the first time we've seen where it says Frankie Wilkerson, born in Santa Cruz. Wow, how cool is that? Frankie Wilkerson was born in Santa Cruz in 1883, and he died in Grass Valley. Oh, you guys, he was 2. This is the worst part of the cemetery. He was, of any cemeteries, he was 2 years old in 10 days. Oh, and look at his... you know what? You know how I'm always talking. But once I start talking and get ideas about things, you guys, eventually they get done. So, I don't like this. And this town is filled with historical people that there's like 3 different historical societies and multiple museums and a ton of money and quote unquote culture, and there needs to be something done to fix these stones, these headstones. This should be, so there's got to be a way that this can be done that it won't damage the damage that's already done for all of these headstones. I'm not talking about super glue. I'm talking about figuring out how to preserve this stuff instead of just letting it rot here on the forest floor. I wonder if that can be done. Yeah, it could be done. Are you kidding? So let's see. After my 100-day workout challenge, I'm gonna get these people's headstones cleaned up and set up right. There's plenty of money here to do that in this town. Don't you think? Yeah, this is where I start thinking, I'm like, there must have been hundreds or thousands of people that said the same thing that I just said and tried to do it, and there's something that blocks it. There's some historical reason why they don't want to touch anything. That's possible. Completely possible. So I'm just talking out my ass. I don't know though. It seems like this. Look at all these beautiful stones. They're just laying here in the forest floor. Estella Lee. Oh, this is kind of a cool one. Okay. I know you guys can't really see this stuff. I mean, I'm just guessing. I can't see the screen. I'm just pointing it at the headstones. The sun is like right on. When I film, all I see is black on the TV screen or on the phone. Anyway, it says Estella Lee, J&K LaRock Sale. What does that mean? J&K died September 20th, 1866, aged 3 years old. Oh, that's a name. Estella Lee is the baby's name, and J.K. and Laura Sale were her parents. Yeah. Oh, this is another cool one. Jeez, this is really neat. I kind of like this one. Let's take a picture of this one or something. I'm gonna get my freaking head out of here anyway. I don't know. I like how it says. I like this one.